The 17th installment in the Disney live-action remake gallery Cruella has finally been released on May 28, 2021. I have already reviewed the film. If you want to check out how good and how bad the film is, you can see my review. So without any delay of time, let's rank them all. Number 17, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Now this was a sequel to Alice in Wonderland, which was an okay film. I'm not saying it was a bad film, but Alice Through the Looking Glass is surely a bad film. It has very bad visual effects. I mean, I know it's Wonderland and all that, but the visual effects could have been better. The acting was terrible in this film. The Mad Hatter just lost all the fun it had from the first film. And that's the reason why this is at number 17. It is like one of the worst written movies of the Disney live action remake. And number 16 being 102 Dalmatians. 101 Dalmatians again is a great film. But 102 Dalmatians premise is like Cruella being a good woman after being released from the prison again becomes bad. Like, wait a minute, is that really it? Is that it? Like, I just hated the premise itself. And then there's the whole movie out of it. I mean, the Cruella's character has really not been shapen well in this film. I think this movie is terrible as compared to its predecessor. Number 15, Christopher Robin. Okay, when it comes to boredom, I think Christopher Robin is the most boring film out of all the Disney live-action remakes. Like, when I watched it, I was like, oh my god, when is it going to get over? The visual effects were quite good, but not that good that it can get nominated for Oscars. And even Aquaman didn't get nominated. How did this come? I mean, I was like, wait a minute. And this doesn't have any great visual effects and the story is just meh. Number 14, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. The main complaint I have with this movie is the battle. And it's PG. The PG battles are really bad. And this one is again an example. I think the final battle between Maleficent's army and the kingdom, I don't even remember the name of the kingdom. So that was just so bad. The third act of this film is terrible. The visual effects are better than the first one, but that doesn't count for all. Number 13, 1994's The Jungle Book. Oh my god. Now, when I tried to watch this film again, I wasn't able to do that because 2016 Jungle Book is so good that I really don't like this film anymore. Number 12, Dumbo. Well, Dumbo, again, it was Tim Burton's, it was a good film. I'm not saying it was a great film. It had its issues. It is not even as good as it's not even near as good as its animated one. That was just classic. And this one, oh my god, this is terrible. I didn't really enjoy this. It was a good film, but it wasn't entertaining at all. It was another boring Disney live action remake for me. Yeah, there were quite a bit of emotions, but that doesn't count for all again. Number 11, Alice in Wonderland. Well, again, I said it was an okay film already. I did not like the premise, how they shaped this whole story, and the third act of the film, the final battle, was just way stupid. So bad. Really, like, oh my god, that's it. So many bad visual effects and no good action sequences in the final battle. So bad action. It was really shit when it comes to the choreography of the action sequences. Number 10, Lady and the Tramp. Okay, this was a good film. It was a more simpler version of, very simple. It doesn't have huge fantastical elements, no magical creatures except for these two talking dogs. It was all good. I think. It was a pleasant time at the movie. It was the first Disney Plus movie that was released on Disney Plus, of course, on its launch day, along with Noel, and I think this was a pretty good film. Number 9, Cinderella. Okay. Many of you just love this film. Even I do. I really like this film. The emotions it's a well-acted, well-directed movie, having some great sequences in it, like the dance sequence, the palace sequence, the fairy godmother sequence. All those were so great. But the character itself, I really was never impressed with Cinderella, not Cruella. Number 8, Maleficent. Maleficent is, it had some great concept. I really liked that they made a movie out of Sleeping Beauties within Maleficent, and Angelina Jolie signed for it. It was a great movie. It was an enjoyable one, at least. The land they created, it was a beautiful film. I really liked it. Liked to watch it. It was great. It had some great great action. The final battle of this movie is way better than its sequel. It was not a battle typically, by the way. Number 1, 101 Dalmatians. Well, here is Cruella. I mean, this was this was the first movie in which Cruella appeared, live action movie, and I think it was pretty good. The concept of getting these dogs and making a making coat out of his skin is really great. This is like truly the Cruella I really wanted, which 102 Dalmatians doesn't deliver at all, but this one surely does. Number 6, Mulan. At first when I watched this movie I loved it really, but it has so less rewatchability factor that I had to put it so behind on the list. I tried to watch it twice over and then I was like, oh my god, this is not really that entertaining that I said it will be from the first watch, and as a result it ends up having this place on my list as compared, and I had it in my top 3 when it was first released. And yeah, there are a lot of controversies which I do not like, and that's the reason why it is at number 6. Number 5, Cruella. Latest Disney live action remake, the 17th installment in the Disney live action remake gallery. Cruella enters at number 5 on my list. I have already said in my review that the costume design and the makeup and hairstyle are the best parts of the movie, along with Emma Stone's wonderful performance as Cruella. She really brings a touch to the character. She's a bit different from Glenn Close's appearance, but yeah, she is a great Cruella, and I like this film. It has so many surprises for the fans, and that costume designing is just glorious. I would really love this if this one wins an Oscar for that costume designing at least. Until Eternals or something like Suicide Squad gives it a competition. Number 4, The Lion King. Yeah, I know a lot of you hated on this one because it was an exact copy of the animated film, but just look at the visual effects. I mean, that's a great achievement in visual effects, and I ashamed the Oscars for not giving it the Oscar for best visual effect. I was all in for Lion King winning that Oscar, and then they gave it to 1917. I mean, it had great, but this one was like so wonderful movie. On the big screen, I was like, whoa, that was one of the best experiences. Number 3, The Jungle Book. Now here is another Jon Favreau movie, which is better than The Lion King because it has a human character in it, and it is not completely like a copy of its animated film. It is great. It has some great visual effects for which it won an Oscar, and then it has a great and compelling story moving forward. It has so many great sequences throughout the film that I really enjoyed. And it was a jungle rather than a grassland, another fact that makes it more beautiful than The Lion King, but I think The Lion King is still better when it comes to visual effects. Number 2, Beauty and the Beast. This one was a great film. Like it was the best. It has the best musicals. I mean, yeah, the music in this film is the best out of all the Disney live action remakes, and it's like one of the best. It is a perfect reimagining of the animated film. It has a great visual effect. It has great music, and Emma Stone is so wonderful. So what else do you need from a Disney live action remake? And it's just as beautiful as it needs to be. But number 1 is Aladdin. I think I'm a big fan of Aladdin. That's why it's my number 1 pick. But the movie itself, I think I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I know you have the same complaints from Aladdin that you have as for Lion King, but I think I pretty much enjoyed Aladdin. It was like one of the best films of the year for me, like at least in the top 10 for 2019. I had a very great time watching Aladdin. It has so many great songs in it, and that's all what makes it the movie better and better every time I rewatch it. So that was my ranking for all the 17. Share your own ranking down below. Like, share, and subscribe FilmVilla, and have a fun time.